Bladder pain and symptoms associated with endometriosis are often dismissed and misdiagnosed and not seen as a red flag of endometriosis. And part of the reason this happens is because of the misinformation that happens even within doctors and physicians' conversations about the disease. They largely think it's just a gynecological disease. That's not true. It's a whole body disease. It's been found everywhere except for the spleen, okay? And so the symptoms can be whole body symptoms, which means your bladder can be involved in endometriosis. And so I want to share a little bit about my experience. 3 months before I was diagnosed with endometriosis, I figured out after 2 years of dealing with bladder issues that this was something I needed to be really concerned about. I was experiencing pain while urinating. I was experiencing pain when I needed to urinate, and this was different than a UTI. It was not the same. And I wasn't able to have as full of a bladder, so my frequency of urination was going up. And also, all of those symptoms were way, way, way worse during my during my period. And so when I had surgery, I had mentioned that to my surgeon, but there wasn't a urogen that was present during my surgery to really address that issue. My surgeon went in and did see and find that there is endometriosis inside my bladder. He wasn't prepared. He didn't have proper other surgeons there to help me with that at the time. So unfortunately today, as I stand here talking, there is still endometriosis inside my bladder. And so what happened was after surgery, I had a catheter during surgery that was removed. And so I thought that that was the reason I was in really, really, really bad bladder pain following my recovery. So I went through this whole series over several months of all of these injections into my bladder, which wasn't a great experience to have to go into the clinic for every week. And then I waited another 3 months. So it was an entire year after I had my deep excision surgery that I saw a urogen, and the experience was awful. I'm sorry, I had to stop because remembering the way that doctor made me feel is making me very sick. I went in and I said, this is what's happening. I know that there's endometriosis in there. I know what the medications are that you're going to suggest to prescribe to me. And I am going to tell you that I do not want those medications because I've decided they will not be what's best for me based on what they are. And one of them was literally a drug that's used for depression. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. So I said, I'm coming to you for other treatment options. And he said, well, to do anything about it, I'm going to have to go in there and do this procedure. And I said, if you do that, it's going to make me in a flare-up for the next week.